Hi, Bala. My name is Ash Singh. How are you doing today?
Hi, my name is Bala, founder CEO at Innovation Minds. So it's nice to meet you, Ash.
Thank you. My pleasure.
I would like to talk to you about our startup. As you know, 90% of the companies are running hybrid workplace or will need to be soon. But yet they are all challenged at managing their hybrid work transition, leading to disengagement and great resignation, all the things that you're seeing and hearing in the news. Unfortunately, most solutions on the market just feed into the tool fatigue and also digital exhaustion, creating more stress and complication. So,
Mhm.
how do we solve this employee experience challenge? Here you go. Innovation Minds can be your digital home for hybrid work for a holistic employee experience. And this is where your employees can be working collaboratively to achieve their goals and highest potential through humanization of the workplace and as well as the smart technology that we are offering. So Ash, our promise to enterprise customers would be that they can achieve 3 to 5x increase in their employee engagement, their project delivery success, and also their innovation program success. And by the way, we are measuring in 3 progressions. One is how excited the community is to begin with, how you are turning that excitement into the consistent engagement, and finally, with that kind of engagement, leverage towards that effectiveness. In other words, what is the ROI of all the things that you're actually putting into these programs?
Mm.
Again, actually excitement, engagement, and effectiveness. So Ash, I would say that we are having a pretty good traction that
Mm.
now we are looking for investors to scale our company. I would say funding and as well as business development.
Okay.
So my question to you, Ash, would you mind if I set up a quick call next week for us to discuss this in detail?
Would love to. Would love to. How much are you looking to raise, Bala?
So I would say that somewhere around $2 million to begin with. And then as we move on, we may be able to further talk about it. So 2 million to start with.
Got it. All right. 2 million US dollars. Excellent.
Mhm.
Thank you, Bala.
Yeah.
And it's good, Bala, like it's always good as we run the session. It's always nice to see the evolution of the elevator pitch because your pitch was actually pretty good. I mean, I was listening. I'm like, he's got the touch points. He's got a little bit of my own style. I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to pitch this guy back? He's just done a great job. So, and I'll still do it, and it might be
Yeah, sure.
worse. It might be better. Who knows? I allow myself to be embarrassed at least 6 times every week when I do these. So we'll make it happen. But Bala, here's a couple of things for you, right? Because it's always about making it a little bit better. Tell us, when we think about who you and your team are, right? Because there's something that you missed in this that I wanted to hear, okay? Not everyone knows this, but you are a former corporate superstar and your team is a corporate, you know what I mean? Is that right, Bala? You're not just
Yeah.
you're not a young guy at Harvard second year trying to build a social networking platform, right, Bala? Tell us a little bit about your background and your team's background and why you are the best suited people on the planet to make this happen, both in terms of your experience, who you are, and where you are, because I think that matters as well.
Beautiful. I think maybe I'll just actually talk about the rationale why I missed that part. But to answer your question, thanks, Ash, for reminding. I was actually the chief innovation officer for eBay and PayPal, and then moved on to LinkedIn as a head of HR innovation. Prior to that, I was having an extensive corporate career, but I would like to focus on these 2 things because this
Yeah.
is relevant to what we are building part of this innovation minds. So in both the worlds, like eBay and PayPal and as well as LinkedIn, we were actually able to see certain things working and certain things not working when it comes to engaging employees and also building an innovative culture. So the major challenge that we saw there is that when you approach both the engagement and as well as innovation or project delivery, it's more like a transactional or kind of point in time engagement or
Mm.
challenges. You're not able to really see that kind of transformation of the talent and also the culture to be consistently, continuously engaging and as well as innovative. So the question that we are having to ourselves was that, hey, how do you actually come out of this? Maybe that innovation challenges or hackathon, makeathon, which is kind of peaks and valleys or one-time experience or annual pulse surveys. towards making this engagement and innovation be part of anything, everything employees are doing on a day-to-day basis. So it shouldn't be another thing that you should do. It should be part of what you're already doing based on your role, whether it's a product management, project management, or you're in the operations, or you're going to be in the manufacturing floor. How can we make sure that each and every one of them are engaged, and anything, everything they are doing, they're going to be bringing in that innovative thought process, and they're always looking for delivering the projects or tasks in a most successful way. So that is where actually we formed this innovation, I would say.
So, Bala, I want to talk a little bit more about the secret sauce, okay?
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt, Bala, it was a great pitch, okay? But what I wanted to hear a little bit more, you talked about this humanization of the workplace,
mm-hmm.
okay? And so if I understand correctly, right, what you've done is you've spent obviously a lot of time, and you're definitely very credible, but you figured out that as people are going to the hybrid world, the hybrid workspace, okay, just like anything, and I come from an academic background, right? So
mm-hmm.
everyone learns differently, just like everyone works differently. Is that correct? Is that a fair
Exactly.
statement?
Yep. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We know that everyone learns differently and everyone works differently, and every project, okay? Because when you think about the success of a project and engagement and all of this stuff, effectiveness, you talked about engagement and effectiveness. There was three things. I got two of them: engagement, effectiveness,
and excitement. Yeah.
And what? Sorry.
Excitement.
Excitement.
Yeah.
Excitement. Okay. So excitement, right? So the three E's. But the thing is when I look at it, and I'm trying to dumb this down, but also add a little bit of a secret sauce. I want to talk
mm-hmm.
about secret sauce, if I may. Okay.
Yeah.
What
sure.
you've understood is that everyone's moving to the hybrid workspace, and it's obviously a different environment, but it does give an opportunity for us to even make it better, right? So you've been working in for the last 100 years, everyone has been working in cubicles and office spaces together. And now we've all been forced to work in a hybrid work environment, and people are not happy because they're using the same mentality that they used in the regular world, in the digital world. But your secret sauce is some sort of machine learning understanding on how people work and the best way to engage individual people to execute different types of projects in a digital environment, to make sure that their engagement, their excitement, and effectiveness is there, okay? And not only is it going to be just as good as what it was when they were in the workspace, it's actually going to be better, okay? And you have figured these components out, and this is going to be your disruptive. Your secret sauce is this disruption that is occurring, Bala. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think actually, Ash, you're spot on. Maybe there has to be a place for talking about our innovator profile. You just summed it up really well.
Right.
The more and more our users are using the platform, we are trying to really identify who this individual person is, what is his or her likes, what is their personality.
Yes.
So these kind of information or kind of revelation is not at all available for the leaders in the past. All they know is what is this person role, where he or she is working, and what is the project they are working. But beyond that, they won't know about their likes or dislikes, their motivation or kind of intent, any of those things. But with the help of the platform and as well as our AI engine, you're really, really trying to get a well-rounded dimensional avatar of each and every one of these persons. So now actually, what is going to be really motivating them, what is going to be really intimidate them. So with that information, you can just form that winning team, and you're going to be really into the progressive.
And Bala, it can be at a human level. It can also be at a project level, correct?
Exactly. Yeah. Human level, it's more like know thyself.
Right. Yeah.
You are using the platform. The first opportunity to know about yourself. Oh, I didn't know that I'm really good at this one. I didn't know that I really suck at this one. So that is the first part. And then the more and more you're comfortable to share about your personality with your friends and colleagues, managers, that is where the real magic happens, forming the winning team with like-minded or diversified thought process, all those things.
Yes. So putting that together, that secret sauce, that algorithm, that machine learning black box that you've created is something that I would want to weave in, because I want to know, right? Not only are you improving effectiveness and excitement and engagement, but I also want to know that you are actually going to be better. The hybrid work environment is actually going to be better because right now it's not, right?
Exactly.
Let's not try to get back to where the workplace used to be. Let's get even higher. Okay. Leveraging these components.
Beautiful. I think actually, that's actually could be the secret sauce that investors may be looking for. What is that?
I want, and you're the right person because you're the chief innovation officer of these unknown companies called eBay and PayPal and LinkedIn. I don't know if anyone's heard of these companies, but apparently they're pretty popular, right? So what I'm saying is that if Bala is leaving his these well-established jobs, enjoying life, I mean, you're leaving for this. There has to be a story around that, Bala. It's a one-sentence thing. But if you're leaving these amazing job opportunities, I think it's a one-sentence thing. I've done all this stuff, but I came across this and I really wanted to see if I could, this was worth leaving. Okay. This was worth leaving these job opportunities because or these jobs, right? And that's like, whoa, this guy's willing to do that. I wanted that to come out, Bala, in your pitch, right?
No, I think actually that's a pretty good observation, Ash. Yeah, thanks for actually bringing it out.
I mean, when I saw your resume, I was like, why is this guy even talking to me, right? You know what I mean? He should be chilling, relaxing in the valley. He's got all the companies you've worked for have had great runs and you were at the right companies at the right time. This guy's definitely got enough money. He must be compelled enough to hang out with us, right? So I was like, okay, I'll have a conversation, but that needs to come out in your pitch as well.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Okay. I want to know that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to bake this into a pitch. Okay. Now let's come back to, you need around $2 million US. Okay. Right, Bala?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And so the reality, by the way, Bala, is like, this is something that I think is readily achievable. I think obviously you're going to have to be able to, from a due diligence perspective, be able to show a little bit of stuff, but raising this money should not be a problem right now. Your timing is so perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that within the next 100 days, okay, that we make sure that your roadshow is in place. And just like everything that I've said here, we get the financial stuff around this, right? Okay. Because again, like all the other startups, this needs to work. You know why? Because workplace on the internet, the digital workplace systems right now kind of suck. Okay. No one is happy. Okay. Let's make the world a happier place. Okay. Let's not launch a new dating app that no one needs. Okay. We don't need another dog dating app. Okay. So if you guys, anyone here that's watching is doing that, please don't do that. Let's build processes like this so people that are going to work digitally are actually enjoying. And when they finish work, they're happy enough to spend quality time with their kids and their family. And, they're not just disengaged. So let's give it a shot, right? So we're going to go up. Bala,
I think one thing I would like to add before starting, I think you summed it up really well. As you all know, it's a love-hate relationship, right? We love the workplace and we want to come and work there, but at the same time, we are now actually used our own convenience of sitting in the pajamas and having actually our own coffee and all those things in the living room. We don't want to come to the workplace.
Yes.
So what is the perfect balance of creating all these kind of victorious workplace where they may feel like they're in the workplace at the same time, not actually compromising of any of the privilege or kind of privacy, all the benefits they're having working from home. So that is what we are trying to bridge here.
Absolutely. I mean, that's part of the advantage. Absolutely. All right. So what we're going to do, Bala, is you get to be the investor this time. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
What I'm going to do is because you did a great pitch. Okay. But I'm going to give you different sound bites. Okay. Meaning that I'm going to talk about different elements that you didn't talk about, because I don't want, what you did was great, but I want to add some of the sound bites related to what we just spoke about. Okay. I'm going to give it a shot. We're hitting the top of the elevator, Bala. Time to introduce yourself as Silicon Valley's #1 investor. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm Bala, venture capitalist from Silicon Valley. What's up, Ash?
Hi, Bala. Thank you for making the time. I'm excited to talk to you a little bit about the Innovation Minds platform that we've built. As you know, the world has changed during the pandemic. We have this new concept called hybrid working. And what we've discovered actually is that a lot of companies, right, 90% of companies have to embrace hybrid working, and most of them are doing a pretty bad job. We have a lot of people that are disengaged. You hear about all these resignations, people quitting their jobs because the world has not adapted properly to this environment. There are platforms like Microsoft Teams and Slack that are all there, but there needs to be a more human element to what we're doing. And so over the last 10, 20 years, I've been the chief innovation officer of companies like eBay, PayPal, and LinkedIn. And I've really been zeroing in on this to make sure effectiveness works. And I decided to leave that to actually start Innovation Minds. And what we've done is we've created a platform that allows us to leverage basic algorithms packaged with machine learning to truly understand what motivates effectiveness, engagement, and excitement for a vast array of employees. And we build this machine algorithm to give the right insights to help the project managers get the right information so that they can make sure that these people remain engaged and they have project success. And so we've packaged this all in a solution, and we've seen some fantastic results. We've seen at least 2 to 5x increase across engagement, excitement, and effectiveness. And what our goal now is to truly transform the environment, the workplace, to not just be as good as the old workplace, but actually better. I'd like to talk to you for a coffee around our $2 million fundraise to transform the industry and take our business to the next level. Thank you.
Awesome, sir. Ash, you're giving me goosebumps. Do you want to join Innovation Minds?
I'm there. I just need to get you. You can give me a badge. I'll just put a badge here, and I can do your pitches for you.
No,
right?
this is awesome. This is pretty awesome. Yeah, I think I should.
It could be like people tend to offshore certain things in a business, right? Sometimes it's coding, right? For Innovation Minds, it could be like, listen, we have our outsourced elevator pitcher from Canada, right? But Bala, this is your business. I wanted that to come out, right? So I tried to bake in the machine learning piece, right? How that's working, how on an individual level, your system is going to know the insights for that human in terms of what's motivating them, coupled with how that adds up to all the different people and how it packages into project success. And then I also tried to bake in your history, right? Where you've been and how this is meant to jump out, right? So adding those layers based on the amazing stuff that you said earlier is definitely important. The only last piece is the use of capital, Bala, if we get really good, okay, right?
Yeah.
The use of capital. You need $2 million. And so when I think about this, I want to connect the dots, okay? So the investor might come to you and said, you need $2 million. What do you need it for? Okay.
Okay.
That's usually an elevator question. What are you going to use the money for, right? Because they want to know. And part of it is market development, but you also have experience and access to LinkedIn. So when I think about what you're doing, okay, the other thing that should come across is that because of this person's experience with LinkedIn, the idea of business development, right? Reaching out to customers, because the people that are going to be using this are HR managers, okay?
Exactly.
So Bala definitely has some friends that are still at LinkedIn that can help him get the right business models so that anyone that, these SMEs or the right enterprises should be there, right? So if you check that box, this guy can get access to the customer.
Yeah.
Is he the guy that's got the right solution, and is he going to be able to sell to them? That's what should happen over the coffee, and that's what should convince them, right?
Awesome.
But they should know the LinkedIn piece is like, you're the CIO of you've done that. You probably have some friends still there, right? That are willing. So I wanted that to come out too, but again, we only had a minute, right? So I'm giving you kind of different sound bites to work off of. But I wanted that to come out as well, Bala, right? To kind of really flush it out. And when I think about this, it definitely, and I know you and your team can do this, Bala, but you have that holy cow, you can do that, right? You definitely have it. You definitely have the credibility. You are in the right market. And $2 million does not seem like a lot of money to make this happen, Bala, right? Especially in your market, right? Okay.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So let's help and make that happen, Bala. Thank you again. And again, thank you for waking up early for the session. Hopefully it was worth the early morning rise today, right? Early morning, but great to have you here, right?